Frodo did not leave the Shire alone. At the edge of the fields, where carefully tended earth slowly gives way to wild grass, another set of footsteps joined his own. Samwise Gamgee followed him, not because he understood the danger, not because he wanted adventure, but because loyalty, when it is real, does not ask permission. Sam did not know what the ring truly was. He did not need to. Some friendships are built on shared laughter, others are built on shared memories, but the strongest are forged in moments when one person chooses another over safety, comfort, and certainty. As they walked, the green hills of the Shire slowly faded behind them, and for the first time, Frodo felt it, the sense that something unseen was becoming aware of him. The world beyond the Shire was wider and far less kind. Here, stories whispered by fires were no longer just tales. Shadows lingered too long at crossroads. The air itself felt alert, listening, waiting. Then came the riders, clad in black, silent, tireless. The Nazgul were once kings of men, given rings of power and promised glory. Instead, they were hollowed out, stripped of will, bound forever to the One Ring. They did not hunt with eyes, but with a sense older than sight. And the ring answered them. With every step Frodo took, it pulled at him, gently at first. A warmth, a suggestion, a promise. Power does not shout, it whispers. Fear teaches silence. When the sound of hooves reached them, Frodo and Sam pressed themselves into the earth. Beneath the roots of an ancient tree, the world narrowed to breath and heartbeat. Above them, the rider paused. The Nazgul leaned low, listening. In that moment, the ring was most dangerous, not because it burned, but because it tempted. It begged Frodo to disappear, to vanish, to surrender himself to invisibility, and with it, to the will of another. For a heartbeat, Frodo nearly did. But he resisted, not through strength, not through courage, but through humility. Evil in Middle-earth does not understand humility, and so it passed them by. Safety is often loud. True protection waits quietly. In the town of Bree, among laughter and clinking mugs, danger still lingered. But so did a man watching from the shadows. He was called Strider, rough-voiced, weather-worn, a man shaped by long roads and longer losses. To most, he looked like trouble waiting to happen. But Gandalf trusted him, and beneath the worn cloak beat the heart of a king who had not yet claimed his crown. Aragorn, son of Arathorn, stood between the hobbits and the growing darkness, not for glory, but because it was right. When danger struck again, it was his blade that answered. The road did not grow easier. Each night, the ring weighed heavier on Frodo's spirit. Sleep no longer brought rest. The stars felt farther away, and the world pressed closer. Aragorn led them off the roads, into forgotten paths where the shadow thinned, but never disappeared. The danger had not ended. It had only changed shape. This journey was no longer about leaving the Shire. It was about outrunning the darkness. Spreading across Middle-earth, somewhere far away, a dark lord waited, patient, certain, and yet, for now, small figures walked on, carrying a power that could unmake the world. They were but small figures in a vast world, but their courage was the only hope remaining. The ring's weight was physical now, a cold iron band around his heart, but he kept his feet moving, one step, then another. Sam was always there, a steady breath in the dark, a hand to steady him when the path grew steep. He was the anchor in the storm. Strider watched the night. His eyes never rested. He knew the enemy's reach, and he knew that shadows could hide more than just silence. They passed through lands that remembered older wars, stones that had seen the fall of kings. The silence here was heavy with history. Eyes were everywhere, not just on the road, but in the air. The Dark Lord's servants were many, and they were searching for the one. In the brief moments of rest, they found strength in each other, a shared meal, a quiet word. It was the only light they had. The ring did not sleep. It waited. It pulled. It whispered of greatness and safety, if only Frodo would give in. But he held fast. The green world was far behind now. Ahead lay the jagged teeth of the mountains. The road was hard, and the air grew thin and cold. A storm was coming. not just of wind and rain, but of fire and shadow. The gathering darkness was visible now, even to the blind. Frodo looked to Strider. The man's face was grim, but his step never faltered. He was their guide, their shield, their only chance. And Sam was the heart. He carried the packs and the pots, but he also carried the hope that they might one day see the Shire again. The day's journey was ending, but the road went ever on, into the mist, into the unknown. They walked because they had to, because there was no other way. As night fell, the shadow deepened, but the fire in their hearts, though small, was not yet extinguished. The journey continued.
A shadow had fallen over the road, but even in the deepest dark, a light can still be found, if one is brave enough to look.